You got your environment. Like it's a real thing. Like temperatures are rising, things are going on the planet. Global warming is a real thing. However, there's always a political agenda behind it because most people are trying to get paid for trauma. There's an opportunity here. An opportunity for what? And you've heard that from some of these quote unquote world leaders say there's an opportunity. An opportunity to do what? If you've heard that from a world leader, there's some shady nonsense behind it. And guess what? They're pushing fear. The beautiful thing about my grandfather's generation is, and those of you out there around the same age, if your grandparents are still alive, just talk to them and ask them about some of the real things that they had to go through, like fighting through certain things that happened in society that were pushed by others who said the same thing. There's an opportunity here for, what's the opportunity for? You're pushing fear. You have to listen beyond the message when you hear this on your television broadcast or your quote unquote videos across the globe. Because the news that we get here in the States is way different than, let's say, overseas in Europe. The news is way different than what you get in parts of Africa. It's way different than in South America. Trust and believe me when I say this. If you're watching only news coming from the U.S., and understand a lot of these people that we're talking about that have this type of influence to infect the world with nothing more than fear and propaganda and nonsense to push their agendas on the backside, distracting you on a continuous basis with nonsense that has nothing to do with your life, nothing to do with what you have to do as a human being, looking out for the next human being, looking out for the people that you care for. There is a real agenda going on, and all of this is being pushed by fear. What do you have to be scared of? If you believe in God, I don't care what faith it is, religion, whatever. If you believe in something higher than yourself, if you're an atheist, you're an atheist. I'm not mad at them either. But understand this. There are a lot of quote unquote agendas at play when it comes to why you fear what you fear. Why is your anxiety through the roof? Why all of a sudden do you have to medicate yourself because you can't be alone? Not realizing that if you really think about it, a lot of people are going through the same thing. Now, I'm not sitting up here pushing against like mental health and things of that nature. That's not what we're talking about. Somebody is constantly bombarding you with nonsense on the internet that is pushing you in a direction that goes against what at some point in your life you had nothing to do with, or you weren't even motivated by the politics behind it. It just makes sense to be a good human being. How about that? To be kind to your fellow man. You got more women pushing against men and men pushing against, like, that's a real agenda. If we're not getting together and procreating, standing by the family, then what are we doing? What are we doing? So what is it that you have as far as what it comes to your life that pushes beyond that and doesn't allow fear to overtake you? Do you believe in a higher power? Do you believe in God? Do you believe in human beings are actually pretty good at heart? Most of us. 99.9% of us. And if you think for 1 second that these people are going to let up off the gas and the possibility of something happening again that quote unquote shuts the world down again, even for a brief moment, you think that that's not possible again? You're sadly mistaken. Now, I'm saying that not to put fear in your heart, but I'm saying that so that you understand that you have to push for what is for you. You have a whole generation of people who do not understand that there are a couple companies that own the majority of all real estate and land on the entire planet. And if you think that's not a real thing, you can look that stuff up yourself. Why are there people buying up so much farmland who are not farmers? If you control the food, you can control the people. If you can control what people are scared of, you can control the people. Be weary of the groupthink. That's when you have infighting amongst the human family. You might not see something a certain way, but guess what? There are plenty of examples across the globe, especially when it comes to communism in other countries and what's being pushed. And this is so deep because there's a war on your thoughts. There's a war on free thinking. There is a war on you as a human being. You have to acknowledge and recognize it for what it is. Doesn't mean you have to give up on what your dreams and goals are. But what it does mean is that you should have some sense of awareness, consciousness. And they have tainted the word woke because what it simply means is you've awoken to the nonsense that you've been playing into your entire life because that's what you've been told to do. I'm going to work this job that I hate. Not pursue my dreams and goals, not pursue or look even trying to discover the vision that I have set for my life because I have to work all the time and I have to deal with the reality of I have bills. If money wasn't a thing, would you stress or live fear to fear checks? What if money's not a thing? You have to go to the government for every single thing that you need. How would that work out for you? You could speak to some of the people who've lived in those type of environments, and I guarantee you this: they're not going to tell you anything good about it. Liberty is limited freedom. Freedom is freedom. There is a war on your mind, or for your mind. And fear is the ammunition.